Hey guys, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel. First of all, can we appreciate how awesome this shirt is? Just one thing that the past is notorious for is creepy, weird, strange commercials that are unfiltered and would never fly nowadays because they would offend people and people would riot. And so I found a couple commercials that I thought were just really cool to me personally, but also very creepy, and that is what we are going to talk about today. So the first commercial we are going to talk about is the Kinder Surprise commercial. It was created in the 1980s by the Ferrero company, and they're the ones that obviously make the Ferrero Rocher candies. I can't say Ferrero very well unless I say it like I just did. Basically the commercial depicts a creepy pedophile ass weird fucking Humpty Dumpty sitting on a wall, and he opens the candy, gets all excited there's a toy inside, and then falls backwards and dies like Humpty Dumpty does. For those of you who don't know what Kinder Surprise is, it's a candy that it's like a chocolate candy, and on the inside it has a surprise, like a toy inside, and they are banned in the US, which is probably why a lot of kids nowadays don't know what Kinder Surprise is, because the FDA passed this law, I guess, that you can't put non-nutritional, like confectionery or whatever it's called, items in food. So basically you can't put toys or things that aren't food in food. You can actually get fined for it for I think $2,500. And it's probably because kids were eating the Kinder Surprise candies and choking on the toys, not realizing that there was something inside. So here is that creepy ass video, and you'll understand exactly why I say creepy ass video or commercial.
Kinder, you both shaky. Me unscrabbly. Chock-a-doobie! Doubly chock-a-doobie! Pop swabble! Toy! Yodel yum and choco scrum with multi-pop wobble dies! Oh, grubbly! Me scrubble now! Snuggle! Whee!
To me, that Humpty Dumpty is like nightmare fuel, like something that, like, imagine if you were asleep and you woke up with him at the end of your bed, just smiling at you, and This next commercial is called the hashtag PubLou Shocker. It was created, I think, actually in 2011 in London by the, what's it called? The London Department of Transport, as part of their Think campaign to warn against the dangers of drunk driving. It shows these three guys who are unsuspecting strangers. These are real people. They're in a pub. They go into the bathroom, go to the bathroom, wash their hands, and while they're washing their hands, the bloody head of a mannequin crashes through the back of the mirror, and it is accompanied by the sound of a car crash and people screaming. And obviously these guys are scared shitless because they like jump away from this mirror and like cower in fear. And to me it's shocking because it's so, even though it's a mannequin head, it's very violent. And I can understand, you know, you want to scare people to get your point across. And I'm pretty sure for a lot of those guys they were probably planning on driving home after having a couple, but after experiencing that, they're like, fuck no, I'm gonna sit down, I don't know what the hell just happened. And honestly, that you know, and to me, it's not necessarily creepy as much as just strange and shocking. I'm all for this commercial. It's just shocking, a little bit creepy because of the mannequin head, and a little just, I mean, I don't really, like, but anyway, I wonder how they did it, though. Like, did someone in the background just throw the mannequin head really hard, or, like, how did they do it? The last commercial we're going to talk about is called The Dark and Lonely Waters. I think this one's my favorite one out of all three. And basically, it was created in the UK because I guess the people in the UK are crazy motherfuckers. I think it's because I think the UK, the people in the UK are willing to overstep that line that us Americans aren't. I think a lot of us as Americans are so worried about offending people, scaring people, because we have a tendency of not talking about things that are like taboo, like periods and rape, and especially male rape, and just certain things that we don't talk about because we don't want to offend people, because it hurts people to talk about it. And I think the UK is more willing to, you know, to push that boundary and to actually say those things, which I really, really like. But basically, this was a commercial created to warn children of being careless in the vicinity of water of any sort, large bodies or pools. And it shows a bunch of kids playing around this, I think, swamp or lake or something. This little kid has a stick. He's just being cocky, screwing around. He ends up falling into the water, tries to save himself by holding himself on a branch, but it breaks and he basically drowns. And this whole time it's narrated by a creepy voice who I think is the personification of the evil water. And this commercial actually did make a difference. It did make kids more careful around water, but it actually made kids not want to swim at all because they were afraid that if they even touched water, they would die, which honestly, after watching this commercial, I can completely understand why kids would be afraid to even look at water. So check it out.
I am the spirit of dark and lonely water, ready to trap the unwary, the show-off, the fool. And this is the kind of place you'd expect to find me.
Come on, come on.
But no one expects to find me here. It seems too ordinary. But that pool is deep. The boy is showing off. The bank is slippery. The show-offs are easy. But the unwary ones are easier still. This branch is weak, rotten. It'll never take his weight. Only a fool would ignore this. But there's one born every minute. Under the water there are traps, old cars, bedsteads, weeds, hidden depths. It's the perfect place for an accident.
Oh, look, there's someone in the water. Quick, use that big stick to get him out.
Sensible children. I have no power over them.
Oi, mate, that's a stupid place to swim. Hey, go over and get that thing to wrap him in. We don't have to feel cold, mate. How long was you in there?
Ew, what thing?
I'll be back.
I think the reason this one is my favorite is because, one, it's creepy. It's real creepy, but also because it touches on something that people don't like to talk about, and it shows something that people don't want to see. People don't want to see little kids drowning. People don't want to even think about little kids drowning. And what I like about this commercial is it shows, you know, that this is a thing. This is real. That kids can be very careless around big bodies of water, and they can drown. And it's it's a real thing. And what I like about this commercial is that it shows it, and I'm pretty sure it offended a lot of people. I know that a lot of people actually liked this commercial because of what it was, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people were like, what the hell is wrong with you? You can't show that on TV. And I really like that. I really wish that they made more commercials like that, especially here. Because again, I think you have to scare people shitless sometimes to get your point across. And especially when it comes to kids, you really have to be very careful, and they're young, and sometimes they don't know the dangers of certain things. And a good way to show that is to scare them sometimes. To a certain extent, there is a line that should not be crossed. But this commercial, after kids watched it, they were more careful around it. So I like commercials that kind of hit you in a personal place sometimes, because I don't think very many commercials nowadays that have these warnings of like smoking and drinking and being careful around traffic and water and stuff like that, I don't think they have as much heart as they used to. I don't think they touch you personally as much as they used to, because people, again, get so offended so easily. And instead of being like, you know what, screw you guys, we need to show this, we need to make this point, they just kind of abide by people being offended. And I don't like that. I like it when things are real and you don't beat around the bush. So there you go. Those were a few creepy, strange, shocking commercials that really stuck out to me. Two of them I think stuck out to me the most because they talk about real issues. The Kinder Egg one just stuck out to me because that Humpty Dumpty is fucking nightmare fuel. And also, I think the Kinder Eggs are really cool, and you can actually order them offline. Which I don't know if that's illegal or not. That's like a Google question. But you can order them from the UK offline, and I think it's a really cool thing. And honestly, in my opinion, if like parents are getting the Kinder Eggs for kids, and the kids end up, like the Kinder Surprise eggs for kids, and the kids end up choking, I don't think it's the kid's fault for not paying attention to the fact that there's a toy in it. I think it's the parents' fault not paying attention to the kid and not telling them, hey, by the way, there's a toy inside, so you should really be more careful. But that's my opinion. But I thought the Kinder Eggs were kind of a cool concept. You know, you get your candy and you get a surprise. You know, who doesn't like surprises? The good kind, not the creepy, rapey kind. I don't know why I said that. Thank you so much for joining me in this video, and I hope you liked it. And if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this about me talking about creepy things, conspiracy theories, urban legends, ghosts, my life personally, sometimes I sing on this channel. Sometimes I do channels and challenges, and sometimes I just talk randomly. You know, I do these videos called Brain Explosion, which is basically my way of venting. Which is basically my way of, as I said, venting. And yeah, so if you'd like to be a part of that weird world, then hit that subscribe button, and I would love it. And you can join me in this chaotic, mad world. I haven't said that in a really long time. But yeah. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and a beautiful night, and this is Kat signing off. Bye. I think I'm getting sick because my voice is like really low, so I kind of sound like a man, which is it's also because I did a cover yesterday on my second channel, and that could be why, because I sang it several times before I got it the way I wanted it. So